Okay, so it's 7 o'clock. Let's start the meeting. Let's have the call to order. Roll call. Roll call.
How did you say?
I think it's 7 o'clock. 7, a little bit past it. Yeah.
Okay. Commissioner Pan?
Yep.
Vice Chair Joshi? Yes. Chair Zhao?
Here.
Currently absent is Commissioner Shu and Commissioner Sa.
Okay. First of all, let's approve of the meeting minutes. Okay, so please show the draft minute.
Very long. I'm sorry, can you go up? Can you let me do the last?
No, it says right there. Certainly there.
June 1st, yeah.
Like it was from the one before that. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to make sure we're the right one.
So any discussion, update?
I just want to read the part we discuss a working group for the mayor's initiative. Okay, recommendations can go up a little bit. Oh, go up a little bit. Oh, Jesus. No, the initiative. Where we document as a working group? It's up there.
Yeah, just right in this, the next section up. Yeah. In here. That's the last one. Yeah, right in here. I'm not sure. Yeah, American steps.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Have we done already?
Yeah.
It's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then I will make motion to approve the meeting minutes. And
second it.
Okay.
We'll take about.
Commissioner Shu? Well, yes. Commissioner Pan?
Yes.
And the motion passes.
Okay. I will make a motion to move the item 4 to the next item. Any second?
I can second.
Second. Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry, should we soon quick vote? Commissioner Shu? Oh, I have a question. So just now, is that the I have one.
Yes.
So
we already just approved the meeting minutes. Then I make motion to move the items ball in next. Yeah.
Yep, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Don't say this.
Yeah. Yes. Have a yes. Sure. Yes. Okay. Motion passes. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
It's nice to see you. So I was with you in June, and that seems so long ago. Because as of course we are already deep into August, it is the back to school time. But I'm happy to report that summer has been very successful throughout the district, and overall, I hope all of you signed up. We were up 30% in our enrollment for our summer reading programs. And for us, that's a very important time of the year for us to engage with really all ages for the library. It's a time people have maybe a little longer days, a little extra time. The library staff do a number of really wonderful programs focused around summer reading. So we were always very happy to see that more people have come up, and they get a prize. Nagely prize pickup here at Cupertino Library continues on. So it's always a nice to have a little bit of an incentive. So in my report today, you'll see a few reminders of the resources that we have available for back to school, but I would say for learning in general. And particularly, one of the improvements we made over this last number of months was to our student portal. So within the school district here in Cupertino, every single student receives a free e-account. And through that e-account, they can get access to everything from online encyclopedias, books, periodicals, all the things that they need for school and also for fun. And we have 2 portals now. So that, I think, has been a really successful move in putting elementary school students toward the resources that they need most, and high school students toward the resources that they really have more of a need to engage with. And so we're excited to continue to work with our school districts to promote that resource. And I hope if you have any learners in your lives that you'll point them that way too. There are some really unique things that recently have been added, which I wanted to also point out. Even our Brain Fuse has chess tutoring. Online live help from 3 to 8, from 3 to 9 Monday through Thursday. There's a place children can actually go on and make flashcards if they're studying through Brain Fuse. And then, of course, for those teenagers, there's FAFSA live help. So again, how we can really support students in all their different learning ways is really lovely throughout those unique accounts. If you all have any interest, I always like to make a little bit of a pitch that we continue to have wonderful need throughout the community for tubers. So our reading program works with those illiterate English, for English, and if you have a few hours and are looking to help someone better themselves in that way, then I hope you will look to our reading program as an opportunity. So those are just some highlights. Always happy to answer questions, and then of course turn it over to Bryant for more local news.
Right, I think I have one of the teachers, she actually got your phone number. My daughter's elementary school teacher, she's looking for to volunteer here. And I send your phone number to her. So seems like she could be a good candidate for reading program, right? Yeah, so maybe let me connect her with you again. And because she initially wants to volunteer, and she only interested actually reading session.
Nice.
Yeah, then I'm like, oh, that sounds like yeah. Otherwise I know the volunteer has a long waiting list.
Yeah, there is. But again, there's specific kind of volunteer positions that they're always recruiting for. Some of them, of course, like homework help, like the reading program requires a bit of training before you're even allowed to do it. So I think that's a fantastic opportunity for
Okay. So yeah, let me find out her more her information, and I will connect her with Brian. Yeah.
Well, thank you all. Again, they're being an advocate and connecting people to the library. We very much appreciate that in your role is what you do. So thank you.
So, okay, so you just mentioned every student in the Cupertino district have a student account, right? So that's distributed by the school, even they start from, kindergarten or...
Yeah.
Oh.
So CUSD and Fremont Union all work with us to get access to get the students through their student ID numbers, get their student account loaded and ready to go for them.
Wow, that's great.
I have a question. So for high school student, they just get email for the notice, or how can they get their
account?
Yeah.
So the school will provide information. We provide all of this information to the school. Additionally, though, on our website, if you look for search up our student portal, it actually does say which school district and what the format is. So with their student ID, they can actually log in and get the access for free.
Wow, sounds cool. Thank you.
Welcome. Sorry, sir.
All right. Hey.
On the words of loneliness, as Jennifer said, you be stirred with awe.
Carry out. For August 2025, Cupertino Library recording count on our numbers. Pretty much what we expect to see, and not too many ins and outs to make us too concerned. However, I did want to point out the first, we were quite aggressive with programming during the summer with 180, and it was very cheating. We had a daily custom organizing, and I think that's why our numbers look a little bit more inflated as usual. So, insulated days, thoughts on that. It was a little different, but you can see the number of attendance, over 5,000 attendees on 1 July. It was just quite a bit more than we see during regular months. And, I kudos to my team, both adults and children, then the team librarians for putting out so many programs as a part of summer reading, and community showed up for it. And despite all the programs that we had going on in both rooms, we still managed to rent this room apps to do 9 public events with different organizations. So, quite proud of that. Here's a snapshot of a few photos of events that were taking place. The top left and the bottom right is actually from the same one. We had a gal come through here to show people how to cook with honey. So that was a very well-known event. On the bottom left there, you see actually the senator. That's our librarian Wen Ying. That was actually her last month with us here before she retired. And her Chinese book group were like, that they love her and they want to take a photo with her. And one's like, well, I gotta share that. And we wished her well, and she said she's going to come visit us well also. I'd prepare for us, I'll come back eventually. And on the top right there was just a snapshot of kids' event that we had for a craft. And again, you can see the kiddos were very concentrated in what they were doing. I did a quick snapshot of programs taking place in August. You'll notice between adults and children, it's actually a little bit more spare than you're used to seeing. And there's a reason to that, which is we will be beginning our installation, our play space this month, which we are all very excited for, but there is some impact to our ability to provide programs at the same rate that we do. But we're taking a small break as we're preparing for that space. I did want to give a shout out also to Cupertino Library Foundation. They helped us sponsor our second year with summer music in the courtyard. We saw quite a bit of a bump in attendance. You'll see every event over 200 folks attended, and obviously not all of them stayed the entire time, but we counted as people shipped it in and out. And last year we barely broke 1,400. This year with the same amount of programs, we had over 2,000 attendees. And the interesting thing is that we've really built kind of word of mouth within the music community itself. We're getting a lot of engagement, folks reaching out to us asking about this event, when we're doing it next, and how they can get their name onto the list. Maybe a little bit of bargaining power for us. Well, we're offering us this much. What can you? So it was a very, very fruitful event.
So this open outdoor or indoors?
Yes.
Outside. Oh, okay.
Jackson tells everyone that, well, if you were in the library at the time, you were attending a bird, but you could hear us. But certainly we didn't, not keep complaint from anybody. I think folks enjoyed the music, and it was a good mix of different styles and cultures. And I think it really gave both, adults, kids, and teens the opportunity to, in case it's something maybe they normally would. We hope to continue doing this again next year. The question may be, can we safely do it to continue strumming? We may have to sign another spot for it. So this is just a snapshot of the last score artists that came in July. Again, they were a great group of folks, very many, very talented, and very many different styles. And, we had nothing but praise from the community about the events for those who attended. I did want to give you guys a sneak preview of something that will be soft launching here at Cupertino Library in the month of August. If you are familiar with Milpitas's Library of Things, we are joining them in offering that to our community members. These items will be first come, first served, so they cannot be held, and they are only available for folks who come into Cupertino Library, so you can't place holds and have them shift somewhere else, and they can't be returned anywhere else. We decided to take a little different approach than Milpitas. Milpitas, if you look at that inventory, they actually have quite a number of items. We decided to go the opposite direction and focus on a few things that we think would be popular in use and bought multiple items, so that people would be more likely to actually be able to set right into the item and check it out. So between the two of us, we're hoping to gather some data on how this unique collection is used by the community so that we can inform our sister branches when they are ready to join and get on board. But we've already had Stack test out some of these items, and they think that the public's better really enjoy it. So I hope to have that out by next week, but we'll see. We're going to do a soft launch. We got to test out the procedure before we shut our jobs.
Can you give more details about how they can loan the sewing machine?
Yeah, it's literally going to be just like any other library item, although our catalog will probably be on the circulation desk, so about a flip book. And then for each items with a description, we'll have a tag to show how many are available. So you just have to pull the tag and go up to our circulation desk and request the item. They'll check it out to you. There will be some paperwork we'll need to sign up on, because again, these aren't just books. Some of these items, quite expensive, but also we just want to make sure folks, understand what they're getting themselves into with some base items. And then once you sign them off, it's just like any other. You can take it home, use it for 3 weeks, and then bring it back.
Oh, just like a book.
Yeah, it's just like a book, but it is items.
It's items and the same.
How they communicate will know this. I think they will allow this. Yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah, I think as soon as we're ready and have stress test our process for making sure that, our checkout, our cleanup, our ability to inventory these items. I know you said sewing machine, as you know, but for us, there's 21 individual parts inside. So we have to make sure they all turn. You have to see sure we have replacements ready for when things break down, because just like books, it's going to get worn down. And we want to make sure when we check it out to folks, you had everything you need to actually enjoy it.
Yeah, like the Bluetooth speaker, right, for those events. Possibly just can loan from the library.
It's a lot of fun. I already tested the metal detector, and I found where we vary the time capsule, because we couldn't quite figure out where it was, and I was in the courtyard just running. I was like, I found it.
Ice cream maker, it was good from parties. The kids' birthday party, they can just...
The food dehydrator, I'm told, is quite popular at... That's Milpitas for folks who want to make jerky, make dry fruit, that sort of stuff. And of course, some health stuff for folks who may want to keep an eye on those around the bodies.
So, one question. In this inventory, is there any way if I want to put anything, add anything?
Add anything. You want to contribute something?
Contribute something.
I think we'll be taking this in basis. So, of course, if you have suggestions on what you think we should purchase next, we'd be happy, to take that into consideration. I think we try to be thoughtful about what we purchase, and we try to make sure everything's brand new. Yeah. And of course, whatever model we purchase, we also have to be very thoughtful that this is going to be a shared collection. And with technology, especially nowadays, so many devices require apps to sign in. If you purchase the wrong ones and then someone locks you out of it, it just becomes useless to the rest of the community. So we do have to do a bit more research into these things. We make purchases. But again, if you have feedback on, I would love to see X, Y, and Z, we could certainly take a look into it and see what model we could purchase that makes sense, or, sheer use.
There's another website. So in the past, I searched, they said, our library provide some DIY home energy saving box. So is that, I didn't see it in...
That's been here for years, and that is now the same process. It's a Cali initiative that they have with the libraries, where we offer these energy saving toolkits for you to check out, take home, and actually some of these ideas you're able to keep and kind of replace parts in your home to make things more, water efficient, energy efficient, and those are already available. So if you're interested in that, you can already place a fold, and we can get that out there. That's been operating. Well, last 3 years. Like, yeah, before I was a librarian, I was working with that as a clerk. So it's been going on for years, and almost I think all the public libraries in the county have this, don't you?
So because I didn't see that in this program, so that's a different program.
Yes, we do lots.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things you'll bump into on the website, and again, in these meetings, I try to introduce different stuff. And again, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, because I think
So when this will be happen?
I'm hoping to soft launch this in August.
It's August.
Tentatively next week, potentially. But again, we probably won't be, putting out announcements about it, putting it on the website until the end of the month once we've had the chance to kind of stress test or process.
Okay.
Like for example, on top of my head, like ice cream maker, kids, they can have a birthday party reserve one, so the reservation, it's like a book. You cannot predict when it's will be available, right? So same thing here. You just come in. If it has it, good luck. If they don't have it, you cannot say, I want to reserve it for September 20th. Okay, got it. Yeah.
It very much is a lucky day collection. And I think, the thought behind it is gives up the opportunity to try something out that maybe they may be interested in, but they're not quite ready to sink their own personal resources into buying one for all. Or in some cases, like the power washer, well, you only need that maybe once or twice a year. So borrow it from the library, do your cleaning, and bring it back, and then next year, try again.
So how long they can hold? 3 weeks, just like book.
Just
Okay.
no renewals, and it has to come back to the home library. So once we get this started, it'll be Mojitas and Cupertino who will have this, and I think Saratoga is intending to join us next, but they want to take a look at kind of our two data sets to see kind of what the right amount to purchase is. So.
And everybody have a Santa Clara County Library card actually can come here.
Yes.
Yeah. If they're travel here and it's available, of course they are more than welcome.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So a bit of timeline in our play space installation. Starting August 18th or August 24th, on the first floor, that front room will be shut down for the updates that are taking place. During this time, the main children's room will remain open and serving our families. After that, starting August 25th through October 17th, everything goes as planned. The main children's room will be closed for the renovation and updates to the space, including the installation, the carpets, and paints and everything we need to make the space, wonderful and ready for our families. During that period, the front room will remain open and operational for families and kids to have continued service. A little bit unlimited, but we intend to make sure that, the usual amount of materials available or remains in rotation so that they're able to at least get purchased. And again, everything goes on the plan. You're all invited to October 18th, our grand opening of the Enchanted Spaces, but we will confirm that so we're sure that it's actually happening.
So the aquarium actually updates no confirmation yet, right?
No, and from my understanding, it's CLF meetings, they may be a little bit longer than that, extended out because of some of the updates that have taken place. But there's no plan to make it happen, and I'm sure it's going to be lovely once it's fixed up. Just like Jennifer, I realize it is, time for going back to school. So one resource I did want to point out to folks, if you've got little ones in your life who are going back to class, of teachers in your life, let them know that they can request class visits to the website. There's a link that they can follow. It prompts them with which library would you like to visit. What are you interested in seeing? And that really helps us prepare for the visits. I know we often just get emails from teachers, or if we're reaching out during outreach, they find out about us that way. But again, tell your friends, tell your family that they are more than welcome to request these class visits, and we're always happy to host them. Whether it's a month, like a one-time visit, or a more regular visit, they can request that your websites.
So this is only open to student, right?
Yes, and mainly teachers and kind of schools. But we also have with our preschools, with our private schools, folks who are just interested in bringing their kids in class to our library. And again, they can of course always reach out to us via email as well. But there is a form online that they can fill out that kind of streamlines the process and saves some time.
I'm asking this because right now I'm working in the Stanford East Asian Library. So sometimes they are also interested in how the public library run. So is there any opportunity for the So they can request.
You don't send them my way.
Oh, you bet to whoever wants about ways to certainly arrange a visit. We're always happy to host.
Sure. Thank you.
And that's it for my report this month. We have I can say August is the only month that we have no holidays. It's a patron saver month. I know we also has a few questions at our last meeting about some of our details that we were going to provide you information for. So should I run it through here or should I wait?
Hey, Derek.
Okay. So, and then one of the questions that was raised previously was the frequency of the janitorial cleaning up our restrooms. So after checking in with the company that, the city contracts with, we have cores coming in from 9 a.m. To 5:30 p.m. They do a cleaning in the morning. So that's like making sure top to bottom everything looks good. And every 2 hours, they should be touching upon each of the restrooms to ensure that it's still in shape. And obviously, again, they may not need to do the deep cleaning, but they'll do replacements and touch ups as needed. And before they close and leave for the day at 5:30 p.m., they should again once more do a quick kind of deep clean of all locations before they take off. And as you know, we are often, especially on Mondays through Fridays, open till 9 o'clock. So there is that slight gap in coverage evenings when no one is available to clean. That's it. 7 days a week after we close, we have the evening folks who come in and do the deep clean of the library. So it's a almost 60,000 square foot library. We have one janitor, throughout the day rotating, trying to stay ahead of our, our high use problems in the bathrooms and all of the space, making sure everything's clean. The evening folks are the ones who do kind of the deep cleans. So, everything, the vacuuming, mopping the floors, making sure our restrooms are sanitized. That's their main goal at task.
So the deep clean happen every day?
Well, deep clean in the sense that they do more than surface level wipes down. The actual carpet deep stain cleans and the upholstery, I believe the city handles that and Currents handle for
Quarterly.
So that's kind of the much more involved sanitation process that they just don't have time to do every day. So that's one piece of it. The second informational piece was a request for for traffic information. So when I was playing around with our software and I exported some information and that made some averages and then little files. And I pulled 2 different months data from this year to kind of show, comparisons and differences because, how people use our library during the summer and how people use our library during the school year and things. You can see a slight difference in the number range. So this is just an average of the footfall traffic throughout the month of July. And you can see, again, this whole summer, and you can kind of correlate some of these bumps with regular approaches that we have throughout the day. But again, you're starting at that 7 o'clock hour, 8 o'clock hour, you start seeing that dip in foot traffic where folks just are coming into the door. And this is, I'm only taking into account people coming in through our doors during that hour. So for the 10 a.m. hour, basically between 10 and 10, 50 at 9 a.m., how many people came in through our doors. That's the data that pulling, and that's data averaging throughout. Well, that's kind of the data that you see hourly. This is, again, just a comparison of the time that I called from March during the school year. And you'll notice, hey, this seems to be actually more of a bump in the afternoon hours compared to summer. What's going on with that? Well, that's our after-school hours. That's, parents, kids, teens, they come rushing in here. And if you're ever here in the afternoon, you do see it's wall-to-wall, elbow-to-elbow, often on our tables on the side floor and the bush floor. But again, once you get to those evening hours, around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, the last 2 hours, you see that kind of dip and foot traffic. This is just more of an average by the weekday and the weekend that you're seeing. Again, just kind of the line graph comparisons. The 2 higher ones that you're seeing there, green and blue, of course, were Saturday and Sundays. So you'll see quite a bit more of a peak throughout the days, but kind of that same drop during the last hour and the last half hour by trips. And well, technically, we're not open until 7, only 6:30 on the weekends. So that's why there's such a massive drop that we're seeing. And again, this is just the raw data that I pulled. That's not in graphical form. And again, just that same information for the fulfill by day, averaged out in the month of March. So you're able to see. And again, just pointing out the evening hours is where we start seeing the dip in usage of library compared to your rest per day. If you have questions or if you're interested in all-in-ones or other data sets, I'm happy to continue poking around. But again, I wasn't quite sure if that was the full set of information you guys were.
It's interesting that the opening hour, like the traffic is huge.
Yes, because oftentimes during the opening hour, the first hours when story time's happening throughout the week. So that 10:30, you're going to see a lot of parents coming in with their kids. So that's why you're seeing that bit of a spike. And again, during the summer hours, like in July, again, especially this year, you kind of see peaks on the weekday during when we have the summer reading programs when the performers come in. Because again, you know you're going to get 100+ people more than usual that you're spreading that hour just to know that. So, and again, and sometimes folks looks at these numbers and they're not quite that impressive. But keep in mind, some folks come into the library, say at 12 o'clock noon, and they're staying here throughout the rest of the day. So the 100, 200, 300+ people coming in the next few hours is on top of everyone else who may still be in the deal. And some super users, I see them 10 a.m. and we're like, time to go, we're cozy, still okay. I jokingly say, you guys probably come to the library more than I do. And I'm asking, wait. Again, if you have any other questions or interests, I'm always happy to continue looking into this, these sorts of information that we're curious about. But again, kind of that conversation about evening hours, especially on the weekends, the data needs to be looked at. Though we're not sure it's in that for Dave.
Thank you. Very appreciated.
Graphic really so they it's easy to understand. The graph. Thank you, very much.
Thank you. Thank you for preparing.
Okay, I saw the gentleman.
Okay, he left. He is my high school English teacher. So he visited the library during the day, and I show him. So I said, even you have this meeting, so he wants to learn a little bit explore.
Okay, CC do not want to have some oral communication, right? No. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, he live nearby, walking like 10 minutes walking distance here. Yeah, okay. They just moved here half years ago. Yeah.
Okay. So. Okay.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, so let's continue our program. So I don't think we have the oral communication, right? Okay, that's the new business. Cupertino Public Subcommission's recommendation of Thomas, how to pronounce the last name? Celeria for appointment for the new 2026 to 2028 Cupertino Public. So, you are the subcommittee, right?
Yes.
So, you should give some update?
Yes. So, we took the interviews and we chose Cupertino Poet Laureate Thomas Celeria. And if you happen to, there is a biodata attached to the email, right? Yeah. Have you all looked at it? It was pretty impressive, and he has a lot to offer. He has nice plans, and if we all approve, then we could consider him as a poet laureate for.
Yes, and the next steps would be, so if the commission approves, the next step would be that our official recommendation would go to City Council, and then City Council would officially, and then you would be our next poet laureate beginning in January of 2026.
So I make a motion to approve Thomas Celeria as our poet laureate.
Mina, are you a subcommittee? Do you have any comments to make?
Yeah, so because last time you mentioned we cannot provide details, so this time can we talk about details?
Yeah, so that give us more information so we can.
Yeah, good to go. Okay. And last time, actually, we had two candidates, and one candidate, she had a good relationship with all the old
Pottery.
Yeah, and she knows the history of this program, and she looks like just similar as those ladies. So she is very knowledgeable, and she wrote several books. She was a teacher, and now her kids just got a job, so she has a lot of time. But the problem is she is how to say old-fashioned. So she said she prefer the communication in face or on the paper or print some flyer on paper. She's not familiar with all the
Electronically.
all the
Apparently
technologies. And we can see she is very nice, easygoing, and she said she like to talk to kids. Those they have a lot of good qualities. But the other candidate, so the Thomas is so different. So he is very active and full of passion. When he talk to us, we can see it's just quite the opposite of those quiet, nice lady. So and he I think he knows how to do marketing himself. He show us those things. He edit his poem on his computer and print out and put some picture by it, make it very nice. And he knows how to build a website, how to promote events on website. And he can, he's very, what is it? He's active on email on the web. So every time when we send email, he just reply twice or 3 times, keep providing information. So we just, then you can. So another point which we really both of us agreed to that was the lady was having contacts which was provided by the previous Pottlerates. But the guy was having more contacts of his own, so he will bring more new crowd to the Pottelerate events, and that's what he is socially very connected. He has a very big social media presence, so that way he will bring more crowd to the Pottelerate events. So that's what encouraged us to choose him. Yeah, and just only one concern: the lady, she's a native speaker, but this guy is from France.
France, okay.
But he was willing to kind of, I mean, he speaks English. Yeah, he's
Okay.
but for us, I'm not a native English speaker, so it's a little bit hard to understand his English. But for the lady, that's
Okay.
Very low. Did you have the same problem? Junkie understand his English?
I can understand English.
Okay. So it's not a problem.
But not a big problem. Yeah. Though adjusting. And the lady had we asked about yearly program to both of them. And the lady was banking on information provided to her by the previous and the guy already had big plans. So we were kind of he was very
Nice. I seem very
Different.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And thank you for the updating and
Yes,
information.
yeah.
Very interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I would second your motion if nobody seconded yet. Okay.
And take a quick vote. And I'm sorry. I made a motion to back it, yeah. Commissioner Shu? Oh, yes. And Chair Zhao?
Yeah. Yes.
Motion passed.
Yay. We are so excited to meet him.
Yeah, and he's a judge. Yeah, well, I'll invite you to one of the upcoming. We've got 2 more meetings this year, so we'll invite him. And then just as a reminder, in January, we'll do a reception to honor Keiko and that to welcome Thomas.
Okay. Yeah, sounds.
And at that time, could we ask him about his yearly plan?
Yeah, so what we'll do is I will work with him to come up with, and we'll ask him to attend the February meeting, which would be like his first official month with you guys. We'll ask him to attend the February meeting and come prepared with what his plan is. Yeah, for the next 2 years. Yes.
You already met with him?
I met with him to go over the logistics, like fingerprinted and things like that.
I see.
Yeah, and I do want to second that he was incredibly communicative and very quick to respond. Yes, via email and things like that. So I do think that will be really helpful.
Yeah, I think as you mentioned before, we have a popular email, right? For the communication, we only can through the, that popular email. Sometimes that cause problem. Just like the mayor last time tried to invite the popular for event, but never responds. I hope,
I still think that's going to be a problem.
Okay.
He's very on top of email.
Okay.
Things like that. And I did talk to him about that mode of communication, and he didn't seem to have problem with that.
That's great. Yeah. Okay. So for our next item will be Mayor's Storytelling Initiative Subcommittee update.
That's me again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and this is just an update. It's not any kind of motion.
Yes. So what's his name?
Chandra.
Huh?
Chandra.
Chandra, yeah, sorry. So Chandra was he has spoken with mayor's initiative, that committee, and he got an update of the flyers are ready, the posters are ready for the mayor's initiative of puzzle hunt, and the sponsorship program is also ready. Sponsorship, those flyers are also ready, and there are 4 stages to those sponsorship. Yeah. Okay. So Lear was asking everybody to kind of pitch in for those sponsorships to support Mayor's initiative, and it is puzzle hunt for kids and for adults as well. There were few recommendations which me and Chandra both agreed to, that we should recommend this to kind of collaborate with art commission to include the public art as a one or two of those treasure hunt, puzzle hunt places. That way kids will know about those places as well, and even Fine Arts Commission will be interested to get that promotion for their places, because they have approved those pieces, art pieces. So that can be a good collaboration. Another if the flyers are ready and if the promotions are ready, promotion material is ready, then we could push the publicity of that in Fall Fest, which is upcoming, the first event which is coming up. It's on September 13th, and if the flyers and everything is ready, library commissioners could take turn to promote that as our initiative, our support to the initiative, Mayor's initiative. So those were 2 suggestions which were made to this committee.
So I just want to confirm, because I'm, as a city employee, I'm not really involved in the mayor's initiatives too much. Like, that's something that's happening outside of city work. So there is a committee already that it is like a working committee that's putting these together. And that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so we just suggested those 2 two ways we could help as library commissioners.
Yes, you have more on the list. Yeah.
So last Saturday, so those people, those volunteers, they put a table in front of Cupertino Library. So before they do that, they are thinking about asking from library staff, is it possible? And I told them, because as long as you didn't block the way, and it's okay to put a table there. So they just went there and collected. And I think they interviewed more than 10 people that day. So it was good with a banner, with a flyer. And we are just wondering, is it possible to put some flyer in by the window of the library? Is that possible?
Well, yeah, we have a giveaway / bulletin board area. We're actually relocating that to the front of the library soon. But yeah, if they've got flyers, and again, I've been a part of some of these conversations because I believe the library will also be a puzzle hunt location.
Yes.
And of course, we're a Nashville Avenue to kind of promote the events. So I've been in conversation with the puzzle hunt group, but again, I'm not too familiar with how many others are false. But yeah, if they have flyers, I'm happy to help kind of put it out there so they give me out.
Okay. So may I bring some flyer tomorrow?
Yeah, you can drop them off on the front desk at the accounts desk. Yeah. The only thing we can't do is we can't print giveaways if it's not a library thing. So if there's giveaways that they want us to put out, they have to provide it.
So you just want to put this small flyer in the, right now they have,
The shelf?
yeah, just put
A
up.
more area by the front window. Yeah, so that section is back recently.
So right now is actually in the reading room. That's where the bulletin board and give.
Yeah.
You see those front windows, that part.
You want to in the front window, put something big in the front window? What do you, really
No.
want?
I made a mistake. I saw something by the front window. I saw
Yeah.
the bulletin board section coming back. Oh, so
These aren't window by the entrance. A lot of it is currently Friends book sale area. And any flyers that are out there is often promoting their next book sale that's happening, although to be kind of honest, they had that one already, I think. Yeah. And you may have also seen something about the summer courtyard music series, because we had a banner up there for 2 months.
Yeah.
So that might have been what you saw as well.
So probably you can also print a big, let's see, banner. Yeah, banner. Just like APA Multicultural Festival. We print a big banner and just put in front of the when you enter the gate. You can put in that banner in there. Yeah, probably that will draw some attention.
I think we can do that for the British store.
Yeah, that's my recommendation. Yes.
So is it possible? If so, I can go to
It depends, because we get a lot of these sorts of requests. In the case of PI, because it's supported by, the commissioners and CLFs, we're willing to, put up a banner inside the library itself. In this case, if it's part of the city's puzzle hunt and, official partner, then certainly we'd be happy to help them out it, but we have to kind of draw a line sometimes, because we have a lot of different organizations who try to, that they like to put something in the... Again, we try to be mindful of that.
That's great. So I'm like, okay, so just some questions seems, this is the second-hand information for you as well, right? It's not a first-hand. What's really Mayor's, initiative, the quote, event, like a puzzle hunt is one of them. Was that I even cannot picture that. The puzzle hunt or what when you say the art commissioner get involved, what it looks like.
I was just part of that subcommittee recently. I missed the first meeting, so I'm also unaware of because I had a short talk with the subcommittee commissioner, and then he just briefed me with this information. So I also don't know the whole bigger picture behind the client, if you know.
Yeah, from my understanding, at least of the puzzle hunt part, if you've ever done a scavenger hunt before, think of it as a citywide scavenger hunt.
Okay.
And they've picked, I think, 10 specific locations where they will have clues and kind of puzzles specifically where you have to go, to visit this location to find the puzzle and solve it. Usually there's a prize involved. I don't know if there's any prizes involved. It's just the thrill of completing it together with, kids and family. But again, I believe the library was selected as one of the locations that people would have to visit and find one of these clues. But I'm not uncertain how the other locations are selected. It sounds like there was a recommendation for certain art locations.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that's determined.
So library is one of the location. Every location will have a clue for the next location. And that's how the 10 places kids will visit and kids will explore and solve. At each place, they'll solve one puzzle.
So our job is just help promote that event. Okay. Thank you.
So next door and Peach Jar is going to promote it. But then how do we as commissioners kind of support that? So those are the two suggestions that we made.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I think next one will be stop and the commission report, right?
All right, I can do the staff reports. I just had a list of events that are coming up for you. We have our summer concert series, which is Thursdays, and it goes through August 21st from 6:30 to 8:30 at the Memorial Park Amphitheater. Then we have Bullies in the Park that starts this Friday, August 8th, and run through August 29th at 8 p.m. at Creekside Park. If you are looking to donate anything, our senior center is currently collecting donations for Hidden Treasures, which is a great event. They do not collect clothing, but it's more like small home goods, jewelry, holiday decorations, things like that are very popular. If you have those types of items to donate, you can visit cupertino.gov/hidden treasures, and there's a whole list of everything if you're looking to provide donations. Our senior center is also having an open house on Friday, August 22nd at the senior center. On Saturday, September 6th, we have our Pooch Plunge out at Blackberry Farm Park. We do require registration for that. And then finally, the Community Emergency Response Team, CERT, has an academy that is coming up. And so CERT trainings are really great way for residents to learn how to respond effectively during emergencies. It provides practical skills to others to help in a crisis. And then you can play an active role in terms of supporting the community. The training's conducted for over multiple days, and it's typically spread across several weeknights and weekends. All the in-person sessions will be held at the Monte Vista Recreation Center if you're looking for another way to contribute to the community.
Everybody can register, right? Everyone can register.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure, yes. And that's all I have. Thank you.
I think last mayor's meeting, the chatters, she attend, but she's not here today. Yeah.
He has not said anything about mayor's meeting.
Yeah, I also have an update.
Okay. 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 I think then future agenda setting. So next meeting will be October.
I believe it's October 1st.
October 1st.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So October 1st, next meeting we will invite the new potlury. Oh no.
We potentially could, but he doesn't necessarily start, so he's going to need to shadow Keiko for a little bit. That's what'll happen next. So I will connect it to Keiko, and he will hopefully shadow some of her programs so that he understands kind of the flow of how things work at the library. I'm also going to connect him to Bryant so that they can start the planning process. So he may not have an agenda at the next meeting. I would be more likely to invite him to either to supper or, like I said, in the February meeting, present his whole list of what he's planning to, workshops, etc., that he's planning.
Okay.
If you're looking for ideas, we can also talk when we do our agenda setting. But we haven't done a tour this year, so I don't know if that's a possibility. That's something that has always been pretty popular. Yeah, is a behind-the-scene tour.
Where when we the tour is after awesome first. But it'll be a little bit more limited because we can't even show this area. They'll still be shut out.
Or we could wait to do that in December when the children's area is up and running, which may make more sense.
It'd be very chaotic. So if you want to see how busy it gets when part of the library is shut down on the inside, then that could be a very interesting trip.
So like you thought about that. If okay, no other suggestions.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. It's almost 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think we're done.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy summer. Thank you.